I'm here. I'm here. Just a second. I got to push that button. Here we go. How you doing this morning? Wednesday morning, April what? 26th. My name is Mike. I'm your host. This is Morning Coffee with TALTOA. We get together every Monday through Friday morning, 6 a.m. my time. My time be God's time. Central time. I know some of you may take offense to that. I'm just saying. All right. Anyway, the reason I say that, to be honest, I have clients out on the West Coast, and if they're servicing the East Coast at 6 a.m., that's 3 a.m. California time. So 6 a.m. Central Time, or East Coast time, Central Time is 5 a.m., so I get to sleep 2 hours later. See what I mean? Anyway, God's time. Neither here nor there. I'm sure some people on the East Coast are thinking, no, we're God's time. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. How you doing this morning? This is Morning Coffee with TALTOA. I'm Mike. I'm your host. We get together, like I said, every Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Time. And we talk about things pertaining to the transportation industry, things that can possibly help your transportation business. If you're a freight broker agent, even a trucking company. And this week, we have been discussing the 5 freight broker habits that can guarantee success. That can being the key word there. Means if you take action on these habits. You can go out here, rent a nice office, furnish that office with the nice furniture, bring in all the telephone lines, bring in all the equipment. But until you start making money, it's just a nice office. You know what I mean? It's just nice. You got to get after it. Just like you can go out here and buy a big truck, park it in your driveway, but until it gets out there and starts working, it's just a big truck parked in your driveway. Kind of get the idea. So you got to take action. You got to take action on these habits. Make them become a habit. What is it? Something like I read this a long time ago. Something like if you repeat something for 14 days, it will become a habit. So if you start repeating these for 2 weeks, you'll start feeling guilty if you're not performing that habit. You see what I mean? You'll be ingrained in your head. But anyway, Monday we talked about prospecting. Yesterday, making sales calls. Today we're talking about time management. Time management, we're going to go back and look at the prospecting. We're going to go back and talk about making sales calls. We touched on it yesterday about the sales calls. But the time management, that is so important. Especially a lot of freight broker agents, especially, you work out of your home. Yeah, that's where it's happening. It's so easy to get distracted when you're working out of your home. What I always recommended to my clients, okay, if you're working out of your house, find a nice space. Let me turn that down a little bit. Find a nice space that you can set up your office. Maybe it's a bedroom of the house. Maybe it's a corner in the living room or the bedroom, or maybe it's the kitchen table. It doesn't matter. But anybody that lives there, anybody they need to understand that when you are in that space, you are working. Just like if you were working at an office at a different location, they need to leave you alone so you can work. Because if you're not working, you're not making money. Or you're not giving yourself the opportunity to make money. You got to make those prospect calls. Got to make that prospect list. Got to make the sales calls. Now let's talk about that prospect list as far as it goes to time management. So many times, okay, when you're using a directory to help you find potential customers, maybe thomasnet.com, maybe McRae's, whatever it may be, there's so much information on those profile pages. You could be there for 15, 20 minutes doing a lot of research on that company. That is not the time to be doing research on a company. You're wasting time. You have to understand when you're making a sales call, as a broker, that initial sales call, 10, 15, 20 seconds, that's pretty much it. In that 10, 15, 20 seconds, that potential customer is going to say yes, no, or they're going to ask for more information. The last thing you want to do is spend 15, 20 minutes doing research on a company to have them say no in 20 seconds. See what I mean? That's 15, 20 minutes wasted. Think about all of the prospects you could have obtained out of that directory in that 15 to 20 minutes. You could have expanded your list by probably 15, 20 different companies. You get the idea what I'm talking about. You've got to pay attention to your time management. You've got to be in control of that time management. You've got to be aware of it all the time, because as a freight broker, you can't get time back. That's for anybody, but especially a freight broker. That brings us to what we were talking about yesterday, making a sales call. You make a sales call, that potential customer, hey, I got a couple of loads. You want to see if you can help me move them? A waste of time. Don't waste your time trying to find a truck to move those loads that were just given to you by a new customer. Yes, post them on the load board. Now, I'm saying this initially. Now, let's say 6 months from now, 3 months from now, whatever, you've built a lane where you know you can move that load. Okay, that's a whole different story. You're not wasting your time then, because you know you can get a truck to move that load. In a situation like that, you're going to commit to that load immediately. Yeah, I can get a truck for that load. Send me the paperwork. The paperwork is going to be in the form of a shipper load confirmation. Legal term for that, transactional contract. All right, get there. We go into all that in training. But what I'm getting at, you've really got to control your time management. Got to control that time. You just don't have time to be going out here doing other things. That's what I'm getting, what I was going to refer to a moment ago. If you're working from your house, it's so easy to go in the other room, watch 30 minutes of TV. It's so easy to go outside and enjoy the spring day if you're having an enjoyable spring day. It's been kind of wet and chilly around here, more than normal. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Anyway, you get the idea. You've got to watch your time. The best time to make a sales call is going to be in the afternoons. That's what we recommend all of our clients. That does not mean you can't make sales calls in the morning. You've just got to think about this a little bit. When are trucks unloading? When are trucks getting loaded? Usually it's mornings. That person in charge of shipping during those hours, they have a lot going on. They really don't have time to take a sales call. And at that moment, that is exactly what you are to that potential customer. To that individual you're talking to that you need to talk to, the one that says, yes, I'll use you as one of my freight brokers, they're knee deep and busy. They go to lunch, they come back, they get a couple hours in the afternoon, 2, 3, 4 hours where they're not as busy. They got time to talk to you. Think this through. A lot of it's common sense. All right. But anyway, hey, check us out at TALTOA, TALTOA.com. We go through all this in training. Matter of fact, we got one client, they're getting ready to step out. They've been in the mentorship program working as a broker agent. They're getting ready to start their own brokerage. They're applying for their authority, all that. We're going to be helping them over the next 12 months as a consultant. We've got packages designed to do that for you. Check us out, TALTOA.com, TALTOA.com. If you have any questions about any of our services or packages, feel free to call me. Number is right there. Well, I can never do this. I don't even know why I try. 479-668-0838. Hey, go have a great Wednesday. Where it's downhill from here. That's what they tell me anyway. And we will talk in the morning. See you later.